Hi, my name is Carlin, and a few of us on Twitter have decided that we should start posting video introductions of ourselves just to get used to talking to the camera, and also so we can kind of get used to what each other looks like in real life instead of just what our avatar looks like. I decided that since I'm a video person in real life, where I actually, am paid to videotape people, I should try to make this look just slightly better than what I would do if I just had a webcam hooked up to my laptop or something. So I'm using one of my high-def video cameras to record this, and it took a few minutes to set up some lighting, and hopefully it makes it a little bit better. Also, you can see I've got a black background that I just literally just used push pins and stuck this piece of black felt up to the wall, and it's in the corner, so it's kind of got a cove going in there, so you don't really see the detail on it so much. I'm shooting this in a very small attic apartment type place where, it's literally like 15 feet by 15 feet by like a 7-foot ceiling, so I don't have a lot of room to work right here. But there will be no chair spins because I'll get tangled up in everything and knock out the whole system here, so we won't do that today. Maybe later. Oh, this will be fun, just to mess with people. I've been trying to decide what to do with my actual appearance and so on, so there was a video a week ago where I had 2 weeks of beard growth, and so I was all scruffy, and today I thought I'd shave and try to look nice. And then like TS was saying, what do you want to do with your hair? So should I do it up or pull it out or shave it off, or no, I'm just messing with you. See if we can fix that again. Yeah, so apparently a lot of people didn't like my old avatar, which kind of confused me, so thought we'd try with, I might pull a frame grab off of this one and see if I get anything that looks good. So you'll get to see the more current me without the big camera. A little bit about my business. Okay, here we go. For the last 8 or 9 years now, I started in 2000. I've been doing video for people, and it's almost exclusively been for wedding videos. Partially because the town that I started in when I lived in Wenatchee, Washington, which is in the middle of the state, it's about halfway between Seattle and Spokane, so it's it's its own little hub, but it's a little farming town really. There was already several video producers in town that had corporate and training and local commercials and so on pretty much tied up, and I had shot one wedding for a friend of mine, and it worked out okay. And I got to talking to a couple of the video people, and they found out that I did weddings, and so by default for the next 6 or 7 years they would send me almost all of their wedding leads because they didn't want to do weddings, and so I got to be the wedding guy just because nobody else wanted to. Now I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, okay, I like weddings, but it's hard to make any serious money at it because true, you do charge a lot of money, but it's a one-time deal. A couple weeks ago now, I shot a video for the Desert Storm Diary, and I had the camera set up, and I swear to God, I sat there and it recorded for 25 or 30 minutes before I even really got started because I couldn't get over being shy in front of the camera. And it was really a challenge. In fact, this time when I started, it was another couple minutes probably before I got started, and then I'm still getting some ums and ahs and so on. But just the idea of getting used to looking at the camera and just making eye contact with that big shiny lens instead of having somebody to talk to, that takes a little getting used to. What I can say though is, because I'm very shy normally, I have a hard time sometimes just making eye contact with real people, much less a camera. But I've noticed today, just talking to this, I'm actually getting used to it. So if you also are like that, where you just have a really hard time talking to the camera, I would say just do it for a while. Set up a webcam on your laptop, or if you got a camcorder, just sit there and talk to it and just tell a story about something and just get used to it, because it's not nearly as scary as it was. It's like, oh, this is no big deal. Plus, I know I can edit it, so if I really screw up, I can cut it out. But I'm finding now with social media and everybody wants to know people, it's not, people won't hire me as a business if they don't know who I am, for the most part. I have had a lot of people a few years ago that, were just email me once and send me a check, and that was it. And then I'd show up at their wedding 6 months later and had no idea who they were. You know, it's just kind of odd. But I'm finding now that people, if you don't have your picture up on your website, and if you aren't talking to them directly, and if you aren't talking to them on the phone or meeting for a cup of coffee, it's very hard to do anything for business anymore. So another idea that I'm considering doing is being a video provider for local sole proprietor type businesses, where you got a guy on the corner that's got a body shop, and he's probably an awesome mechanic, and he can make your car look like new, but he doesn't have the advertising budget to go up against Mako on TV. So he's always just got his big sign up in front, and he's got all the cars he's working on, and somebody drives by and they see him. Well, what about if we could make a video ad for him, have a writer help him with some scripts and maybe a voiceover person to actually create the voice track for him, and then just have him talk to the camera for just a couple of minutes, say, hey, I'm Bob, I fix cars, and then we do some cutaway shots and close-ups of what he's doing, and show him and the crew rebuilding a car and so on, and get all these cool shots. And the neat thing is like, well, if we're not doing a TV commercial, we don't have to make it a 30-minute spot. We can make it a 10-minute short documentary about, let's follow him working on one car for the day, or as long as it takes, and show it before and after, and have more of an explanation of the process. Because unless you work on cars, the idea of going to a car mechanic was scary, because you're assuming they're going to take advantage of you. You don't know what they're going to talk about. They're going to give you all these numbers, and you don't know what that means. Well, if we could sit down with a mechanic and have him explain to us the process, this is exactly what this takes, this is why this costs so much. Nobody understands the amount of work that I put into a wedding video for them. And so even if I tell them, because I've put websites up before where on the web page it says, okay, this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do, people don't appreciate that. So if I can actually document it like this on camera of what it takes to do, then they'll appreciate it, and then they'll know why it's not worth the trouble for them to have a friend of the family walk around with a video camera that's going to then just give them the tape, and you're going to have all this crazy footage of everything, and they're not going to know how to edit, or they're not going to have time to edit, or whatnot. So if I can show the process, and so that's kind of my idea of a ghostwriter like Tina, she's got a great website and she explains her process. That's actually how we met in the first place, is she held a contest to help drive traffic to her. What about if we can get Tina on YouTube explaining what a ghostwriter does, and then have people like myself give Tina a testimonial. I'll talk about how great Tina is and how much fun we've had working together, and then the book, it's coming together really fast, and we're working with each other's schedules, and we're just having fun because she's just a neat person to talk to, and so it makes it easier for us to talk. My friend Chris, that's helping me with the artwork, the same thing. We're both night owls, and we'll send each ideas back and forth to each other 2 o'clock in the morning on Twitter, or we got Gmail accounts, and so we're doing Google chat back and forth, or we're going to start Skyping pretty soon to trade some ideas. And now we got some new people on the mastermind team that we're pulling together, and just in the last couple of days we're swapping ideas back and forth, and we're going to start doing Skype and Skype video just to have group meetings. And there's all these ideas that we've got, and I think there's a huge market for being able to say, okay, we've got this team, we know how to make this work, and we can compete literally with the big guys because we've got the tools, we've got the skills, we've got the the knowledge, and we're having fun doing it, which is, why else would you do something if it's not fun, right? So cool. That's me. I'm on Twitter. Look for me there. I'll put a link on the end of this. You can just email me. I'll put a link up for that. My website is Seattle-Hotshots with a Z. I'll put a link up for that too. There it is, huh? Okay, I think we're done. I'm going to let this go, and now I can edit it and put it up. Bye. Thanks for watching.